Unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know that in the last 6 months, all we've been hearing about is condo crisis everywhere. And while the truth is that is the case, and in fact, a global news article published recently said that there are 2,000 condos in Vancouver's literally sitting empty. On the other side, there are articles being published right now saying that we do not have enough supply, and that is the reason that we have this serious and severe affordability crisis in Canada. I'm about to explain to you why both sides of the equation could actually be wrong and what the government actually needs to do to correct house prices so they don't necessarily crash or go through the roof in the next couple of years. If you're watching this video, let me break it down simply. House prices are, yes, to a degree dictated by supply, but that is not the only factor, and it's not only interest rates. There is another factor that's being left out, and that big factor is the type of supply. So the question mark is, what is the government doing and what type of supply am I talking about? Before we get into it, let's deconstruct the article. Global News said that there are 2,000 units in Vancouver that are sitting vacant right now. And the article itself highlighted one core specific issue. Affordability itself is at rock bottom, meaning Canadians can't afford to get even to a simple entry-level condo in Vancouver. Economic uncertainty is making buyers literally sit on the sidelines, and I'm seeing it every single day with people who have budgets and they have money in their wallets, but they're not willing to make a move right now. In the article, a real estate agent and an economist both mentioned the fact that real estate listings are the highest that we've seen on record, and we're seeing it everywhere with listing signs all over the place, with very few just solds. And I mean, the economists are essentially suggesting that an economic uncertainty is real. Basically, people don't want to spend money because they don't know what's happening in the marketplace. And so my thoughts on this right off the bat is that this is not about a lack of homes. This is about a lack of homes that people can afford, and in particular can afford in an economic crisis. So the second point is that we have an investor exodus. People are leaving the investment market, and there's a huge flaw in the old model. We all know it. For years, the presale market was completely flooded. Basically, people would buy presale properties, they'd hold on to the money until it was complete, and then flip it, sell it off. And while we do need investors to be able to get us through these markets, and developers need them to be able to purchase properties, the old model of basically buying a deposit and flipping it before the end of completion just never should have existed. And for years, people would buy them, hold on to them, rent them, and then eventually sell them. And that is what the big problem here is. And that is one of the reasons that we have the wrong type of properties in the marketplace and so much supply of what we don't actually need. And this is probably not surprising. 50% of investors have left the freaking market because it's too expensive, doesn't make sense with higher interest rates, more risk, the chances that rents are continuing to come down, and the numbers not even cash flowing positive right now. Investors are gone. The truth is, developers were left building what people are coining the dog crate condos that virtually people cannot live in and most definitely cannot grow a family in or build any kind of a real life. And that is what flooded the marketplace, because that's what was selling and that's where the deposits were going, because they were the cheapest thing available. These developers now don't have the cash available to go and start developing and building more condo units or housing units of the right type. In fact, in the actual article, it talked about a Burnaby condo where recently they completely had to cancel the entire project and return literally hundreds of deposits back to people who had been holding on to them for years because they couldn't move forward. My concern is that this is a serious danger to the marketplace. Not only are we seeing developers flee the market, but it's actually going to stop them from building the right types of properties that we need to see in the marketplace, which is going to cause a ripple effect down the road to not only the people today trying to buy condos, but the people trying to upsize to townhomes and homes, which will exacerbate the problem and make it even worse. So while we don't have the same pileup of brand new unsold properties in all other places in the country like Vancouver and Toronto, there are signs in other cities across the country of this pileup starting. And it is having a little bit of a relief downwards on rental rates, but it seems like that has actually plateaued. So what you're dealing with right now is a whole bunch of empty product, which is stopping developers from being able to build. And in turn, it's also stopping the right types of product to come in the marketplace, while not helping affordability for first-time home buyers to get in the marketplace in the first place. Meanwhile, our government is sitting there talking about toting out manufactured homes at $200,000 extra per year that they haven't even been able to commit in the past ever. Now, the truth is, if you're a buyer, especially a first-time buyer, crazy enough to say it, this is probably the best news that you've heard in a long time. And the reason for that is because if we have thousands of units that are still sitting there, that means there are a lot of developers offering a lot of crazy incentives to get people into the marketplace. And if you are the type of person who can A, afford this type of property, and if you are the type of person that B, is looking for something brand new, it's probably going to be one of the best opportunities to get into the marketplace, particularly with rates looking like they've hit the bottom. So in the end, what do you think about this? Do you think the supply crisis is not in fact actually a supply crisis? Or do you agree that we have the wrong type of supply and we need to focus our energy on getting the right type of supply into Canadians' arms? How would you fix this? Let me know in the comments below. My name's Alex McFadden, and I analyze all this boring stuff and bring it to you so that I can make your life easier to digest. And I won't try and sell you anything, but if you want to click the link below to find out more about how we can help you, just hit the link below and let's get connected.